Let's talk about truth. What is true? I was reminded of this study recently where they had a group of Russian participants and a group of Americans. And they asked these participants to look at a canvas of blue paint and let them know what they saw. What the participants weren't told was that there were actually two subtly different shades of blue that they were looking at. And they wanted to know who would notice, who would recognize this. And what they found was that on average, the Russian participants were much more likely to spot the difference, to spot that there were two shades of blue that they were looking at rather than one. And the theories for this are countless, but the leading one is that because of the Russian vocabulary, which has a richer and more nuanced set of language when describing color, especially in the blue and green and turquoise, purple range, that as a result of this kind of cultural impression, they perceived colors with more nuance, with more detail. And what this shows is that even something that seems as obvious, as clear as a color of paint, is seen completely differently by two different people. We'll all remember the famous gold and white dress, or should I say black and blue. There are countless examples of this where things that seem to be obvious, things that we seem to have a shared truth, a shared reality around, upon closer inspection, reveal themselves to be different. And of course, this isn't just difference between individuals. We never quite experience the same thing in the exact same way. As that famous saying goes, the man never steps in the same river twice. All the phenomena, all that we are experiencing is continuously changing. It's never the same, it's always different. We can abstract out, we can generalize, we can step back and look at things more loosely. And at that more general level, it may seem like what we're looking at is the same. But if we really zoom into the details, if we really pay attention with our alertness and awareness, nothing we ever see, nothing we ever experience, we touch, taste, feel, sense, is ever the same, moment to moment. It's always changing, always shifting, including the images that we have of ourselves, of our personality, of our character, of the character that we prescribe to others and that they prescribe to themselves. We can't even agree on what the world, in a sense, is made of, what the substance of this reality is. For a large portion of us in the West, there's this agreement that reality is made of matter, that there is this physical stuff that everything emerges out of and organizes itself with. But there is no actual proof of this. No one has ever seen, experienced, or observed matter. It's taken as an axiom, as an assumption. And that assumption is becoming more and more questionable. As a result, all these really interesting theories are coming to the table around what reality is made of, around what the world is made of. Some posit the simulation hypothesis, that we're all living in this big quantum digital computer that is computing every experience on a moment-to-moment basis. The idealists believe that everything is mental. In a sense, we're all living in God's dream. Others believe that we're moving through a bardo state between two realms. The point is that these metaphysical arguments go nowhere because their ground, the thing that they are founded on, the organizing content of all of these theories is phenomena, is experience, which, as we've just explored, is continuously changing, is never the same. So the very foundation on which any theory or hypothesis about what the world is made of is always on shaky ground. We're just building castles in the sky. It goes nowhere. So if nothing in our experience is true, in the sense that it is steady, it is stable, it is unwavering, it is secure, then what is true? What is really true in our experience? The only thing that is true, the only thing that has ever been true and that will ever be true is presence, is this moment, is the amness of I, or the isness of things. Not the things themselves, but the very essence of experiencing. For all I know, we could be in a simulation, or this could be God's dream. But what I do know for sure is that I'm conscious, that I'm aware, that whatever I'm experiencing, I am experiencing, that I am knowing. Surely we should take this fundamental absolute truth as our ground and move from there, as opposed to all the theories about reality in the world, which start with a concept, which start with a shaky belief, and then try and weave this conscious experience into it. Ideas like consciousness must exist in the brain, or that the body is just this sophisticated antenna picking up consciousness. Start with the ground. The ground is that we are here, we are aware, we are conscious, we are being. Phenomena organizing itself into this appearance of the world and a body moving through it will always have its ground in illusion. The noumenal, the I, the isness, the knowing of this moment, the awareness with which we experience, will always be the only thing that we know is true. This is where we should start.